Oh, Root. Look at Root. And that's it. Look at that also. Tacoma. Welcome back to Adventures with PC Wabash. We are at our next destination, Virginia State Park. That's Kiptopeke State Park here on the eastern shore of Virginia. We got up early this morning. Well, not early, but we left about 10 o'clock and called ahead and see if our site was open, which it was. So Virginia State Park's good about if your site's open, you can come on in. Atlas is inside. The neighbors next door don't have their dog on a leash, so I didn't have time to watch them and set up too. So anyways, went to Kid Hart's funeral last night. It was a nice service. Lots of cowboys showed up. That was good to see. From a lot of the clubs across the state, that was even better. It was a good turnout. We're at the campground. Let me turn y'all around. It's pretty wide open, not much shade in this loop. I don't know if there's another loop, but there's some trees down the center right here and some big pine trees across the road, but as you can see, it is pretty open. You better have your AC cranking or at least working, because it's not very shady, but that's okay too. Right behind me over there is the bathhouse. We're right across the street from it, so that's cool. I think they're all pretty short trails. Sam's talking about going out to eat someplace, so we'll see what happens with that. Welcome back to Adventures with PC Wabash. Got Atlas and Sandy with me. As soon as we put Atlas's collar on, it went from 0 to 900 miles an hour. Boy, it's ready to rock and roll. But let's take a look at today's hike. Alright, we're in Camp Lane B right here. We're going to walk across the street, then we're going to intercept the Raptor Trail, this orange trail, come down and make a loop, come up, hit the boardwalk here, hit the boardwalk there. Dogs are allowed on the southern beach, then work our way back to camp from there. Should be maybe 2.5 miles, but last time I said that it was like 5. Alright, we're at the parking area for the trailhead, and there's some picnic pavilions over here, and a playground, nice swing set. There's a boardwalk over there, and the campground is there. So we're across the street getting ready to find our trail. Atlas found his stride, now he's doing his thing. He checks on. He walks and then he kind of pauses and checks. Trying to stay in the center of the picture. There's a woodpecker pecking on a tree, big old pileated. They're pretty cool. We're getting ready to go down the Peregrine Boardwalk here with Mr. Atlas. He's ready. Peregrine Boardwalk is one heck of a downhill boardwalk. It goes down this cliff going to the Chesapeake Bay. Alright, these are concrete ships. They're all made out of concrete. They're down here at the park. They're using them for the breakwater. Supposed to be some really good fishing. There's a guy out there fishing now. So this is South Beach, and dogs are allowed on a leash. So we're going to walk up in here and intercept the next boardwalk. Here comes Mr. Atlas right there. We're going up the Wood Warbler boardwalk. We walked along the beach from the last boardwalk to here about a quarter mile past to see what the concrete ships, and that's the fishing pier right there. You pay money to get on that to fish, not much. We're at the crossroads of this boardwalk. Turning to the right would take us back to where we started. This goes to the main road. We're going back to where we started. Well, we took the right-hand turn to go back to our original trail, and this is the stairway to get out of this gully, as you can see. Well, we made it one piece. We're over at one of the pollinator gardens, and another pavilion over there, but that right there is a hawk observation area. They have like a light pole, but no light to it, just a big pole on the other side. And there's also one right here. While I'm out and about walking, I'm going to take a little walk around the campsite and maybe some of the other spots instead of driving. But here's the directional sign. B1, we're in B20, but there's 42 spaces. F has got 20, G's got 5. Amphitheater bunkhouse are down through there, so we're gonna take a little walk. All this is overflow parking. As you can see, there are no pull-through sites. Alright, C is a dead-end road, and alright, I'm on B Road where our campsite is at B20, which is that rockwood root right there, pop out. But as you get deeper into the B loop, looks like there is some more shady spots right after, I would say, B22. Alright, I'm down at the end of the B loop at B42. It's a kind of a narrow between the picnic table and a tree, so you got to watch your roof on 42. But like I said, from 26, as you get deeper into the 40s on the even side, it gets more shady. Down to G5s and F through 20, amphitheater, yurts, and a bunkhouse. See what's down this loop. Right here's the amphitheater. We're going to walk up in there. I think it's got a good view of the Chesapeake Bay. We got a nice look at the concrete boats from here. Now this is North Beach. No fishing, no crabbing, no nothing here. No pets. You have to be on South Beach where we were at this morning. This is called the Osprey Boardwalk. Alright, we're going to go check out sites G5. Then we're going to keep on walking down this road and to F1 through 20 and the yurts. Alright, that's the bunkhouse. And looks like it's tent camping or maybe possibly group camping in the G parts. No electric. There is shared water sources. Got one spigot here in between G5 and G3. The sites are nice and shaded though on both sides. That's your little parking area for yurt 2. You can see the grill, but you can't see the yurt, which is kind of cool that they're that isolated off of the main road. Kind of keeps privacy to a maximum. And we're coming up on yurt 3 right there. And as you can see, it's shaded because the yurts don't come with air conditioning. Got good ventilation, no air conditioning. And yurt 4 is right here, and I do like the secludedness that they have there. Way up in there. You gotta go down around the bend. That's pretty sweet. Yurt number 4 is Eagle. That's the parking for this boardwalk. It's called Bald Eagle Boardwalk. Alright, I'm on Bald Eagle Boardwalk, as you can see behind me. This is an overlook, and this is the Chesapeake Bay my view right now. It's pretty daggone nice. There's the concrete ships they use as breakers. The piers down there and the boat launch. And the beach is just beautiful. And the waves are very nice. No dogs allowed on North Beach, which this is North Beach. So no doggies allowed here. We took Atlas on the other end. I guess that would be the southern beach. So, alright. That's pretty good. I'm going to continue walking, see what comes up next down the road here. F loop it is. Tents only. There's one water source right there. There's some tenters supposed to be coming in tonight. See some letters, name tags on a post. Wow, I just talked to camp host. I seen her yesterday, so that would be camp host number 2. And then after I talked to her for a minute, they actually have 4, possibly 4. They got 3 here right now. Possibly 4 camp hosts at this state park. They all do different jobs. I'm walking the tent only area, and it looks like, let's see, I think I just ran out of tent sites. I think I counted 6 water spigots for all 20 campsites, so they're all community water spigots. Kind of stuck between the sites, and that actually on your pad. So they have plenty of water down here in the tents. I just seen they got their own bathhouse. Every tent spot is in the shade. Don't get much better than that, you know. That's cool. We jammed on some blues over here with the camp host. Alright, it's 10 minutes after 11, and I'm at the furthest end of all the tent sites. So let's see how long it takes me to get back to where the RV sites are. Well, Sandy put the awning out. There's our camper. It took me 10 minutes to get back from the furthest parts of the park back to the RV section where we were camping. So that's not too bad. Alright, Sandy and Atlas under the awning, chilling like a couple of villains. We are checking out the big water visitor center here at Kiptopeke because the camp store shut down for IT reasons. What we found out yesterday. They're waiting for the IT guy to show up. So that's the sign. So we go in and check this out. They got a program, the Ranger program from 2 to 2:30. Then we plan on trying to find some local seafood and go out to eat. Alright, we got some tank with some oysters in it, some fish swimming around. A little bit of information on raptors.
I don't think it was a hike. I thought it was just a program.
Yeah, 2 to 3.
And then the art in the park is at
Sea turtles.
Or do we have the wrong day? Maybe we have the wrong day.
I don't think. What is today?
Today's Friday.
Friday.
Huh. Could be tomorrow. I ain't got my phone to look at it.
I think that's the only shirt like that we have.
Yeah, I'll run the V-neck.
Well, we got the old Eastern box turtle. He warming himself under the glass. Yeah, I thought there was a program. Something about life under the bay or something. That was the name of it. Big one.
Oh, you mean, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Alright, I got a hiking stick thing.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the program I do. I'm sorry. I've forgotten about them.
Alright.
And you can put that away if you're near me.
Quick look around. Trip out to eat tonight. We're in Cape Charles, right here on the water. Coast Guard station behind me. This place is called the Shanty, and They have a dog-friendly patio because we looked that up before we came out here. So that's why I parked here, right here on the water. Very sweet. Welcome back to Adventures PC Wabash, and it is 7:45. It's time for a little breakfast. What we have this morning for breakfast? Fresh baked sourdough and some boiled eggs.
Bird singing.
Bird singing. Don't get much better than this. Look at him. It's Saturday morning. We're out here having our morning cup of coffee before we go on our hike. Sandy's just getting up. Maybe have a little breakfast before we head out. This is the PC Wabash, and we are at, let me get the best app that State Park has. This thing is awesome. Every park's on here. This is the Avenza app. Now we're currently on the Brown Pelican Trail. Let's take a look at what we hear in the background, because it is another magnificent view. Look at that right there. Is that pretty or what? The bay is not stirred up. It's just a pretty green. Waves are coming in. Way down there, that's the CBBT, Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. You ride across that bridge, and then it disappears somewhere over there. I think it's the tower. That thing is like 14 miles across this bay, and it can be hazardous on a windy day, and they control the speed limit, so you don't want to be over speed, because tomorrow's supposed to be breezy. We're headed out early because we got somewhere to be. Alright, we'll catch you from somewhere down the trail. Later. Okay, I'm at the last overlook at the southern end of the beach here at Kiptopeke State Park. And my camera is not strong enough to do it, but right down where that wave just broke are water ducks, or sea ducks, diving ducks out here in the bay.
That one down there?
Yeah, no, that's not. They're playing in the water right there. They just, three of them just popped up.
Oh, I see them.
But we're intercepting many different trails today, because the longest trail in the park is actually like 1.5 miles, but you got to hike to get to it. But we're hiking a combination of like 4 trails. Welcome back. We are at the furthest, let's see, the southern end of Kiptopeke State Park, at the furthest end of it. Right there is Route 13 and a pull-off trailhead to the park. Now we are walking back into the interior of the park, going towards Taylor Pond. Yeah, we're going to take Taylor Pond Trail, which is 0.8 miles. We're going to hike Songbird Trail for a while, then see what we got there. Atlas. Alright, we're at a water break here on the Songbird Trail, and behind me we got ruins of an old homestead, probably took out in a hurricane, because the park, in the big scheme of things, this house is way older. So I'm guessing it either got destroyed, hurricane, or fire or something. Alright, we're doing a little training today. Atlas has got his leash on, but guess who's walking himself? He comes back, he check on us in a second. Good. He did a quick little over the shoulder look at us, make sure we're still there. Good.
Good boy.
By the master gardeners at the Eastern Shore. Little walk through garden. Different plants that are native to the area. It's pretty nice. But we are continuing our journey. That's Taylor's Pond. It's a pretty big pond. It has 2 observation places on each side, so you can look at the migrating songbirds. But the pond itself was dug out during the construction of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. And now we are headed down Raptor Trail on our way. This is the last leg of this hike. Well, we made it completely around the southern end of the park today. Now we're hitting open ground, and we are on our way back to the campsite, and we'll total up how long this hike was when we get there.